Yeah, yeah. 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 Plenty of that. In defending. Already champions-elect in some people's eyes. Many expecting big things of both of these sides this season. And while both sides look the strongest in the competition on paper, we all know that guarantees nothing. Adam Santarossa here with you in commentary. Let's look at the lineups. We'll start with the visitors, the Wollongong Wolves. Goal. Darcy Loudon, Nikola Georgievich, Chris Price, Thomas James, Marcus Beattie, a new signing from St George, Takeru Okada, what a season he had last year, Nick Littler, Guy Knight, James Stoshchevsky captains the side in 2020, and Lachlan Scott completes the starting side. On the bench today, Hayden Duros, Taylor McDonald, Brendan Griffin, Harry Callahan, and Bull Juach. The coach is Luke Wilkshire. Sydney Olympic, well, there's a host of new faces for them, as I mentioned. Anthony Buzanis, one of those in goals. Thomas Whiteside, Nicola Koleski, Will Angel, Jason Madonis, Bay Antonio, Bene Romero, Adam Parkhouse, Zach McKenzie, Charles Lokalingoi, and Fabio Ferreira complete the starting side. Joyce Burgess, Peter Kakeras, Nick Satalios, and Tep Tep. And the coach is Terry Palapanis. Referee charge today. In Belmore, ideal conditions for the players. They've come off a long, hot pre-season, and it's going to be a long, hot Sunday afternoon, you'd imagine, here at Belmore today. They will enjoy the fact we're playing for competition points. Plenty have seen football action in the last month or so with pre-season friendlies, but a lot of time you can throw that form guide out the window. It all starts again here in round one. And the Wollongong Wolves, a lot of their players have seen it was extended into the NPL finals. Of course, they are the NPL national champions, winning that one. And also involved in Wollongong China last year and straight back to the season. So not quite the rest some of them wanted, but they are on both. Highly fancied in 2020, these two. Wollongong and Sydney Olympic. Bay Antonio takes the throw, one of the new faces. Charles Lokalingoi, another. Expecting big things of him. Those two teammates formerly of Sydney FC Youth and also the Sutherland Sharks. Wait to see their combination today. Adam Parkhouse on the ball here, another new face from Manly. Turns it over with his first touch, and Lachlan Scott can't link with James. Expect to see some loose balls today. It is round one, getting the kinks out. Combinations betting themselves down. That has been the talk for Sydney Olympic. Those that I chatted to pre-game, I should say, is it's going to take some time for these faces to come together, work out their combinations. Heavy recruitment. Busiest in the NPL New South Wales. It's Passfield, hurried clearance. Can only find the touchline. Interesting to see in terms of new faces. Largely unchanged from last year, Wollongong, but Marcus Beattie is one of those new faces. Number 10 today, coming from St George in the off-season. Here's Thomas James on the ball. Loves to run at defenders. Support was coming. And here is that man I spoke of, Beattie. Lokalingoi. Nice feet from the big man. He'll win a free kick too. Bay Antonio hangs it up there. Fabio Ferreira can't get onto it. So that front four, I guess you could say, of Olympic, all new. No more Alejandro Sanchez, Radovan Pavicevic moving on as well. They will need to replace some goals in terms of Sanchez, but they've made a pretty bright start here in the opening 2 minutes. Madonis, cries of handball. Romero. Ferreira. They do have real pace down the flanks. Will Angel, in fact, can't come up with that one. And as I mentioned, Wollongong premiers in 2019. Runaway winners of the competition, in fact. Sydney Olympic just snuck into the finals in 6th. Hoping to do much better this year. Here is Beattie. Olympic will do the mopping up. Parkhouse with it. He terrorised Olympic defence here last year when playing for Manly. Ian Scott Balderson really had a field day on that day, but he's in different colours this afternoon. No goals as yet. If you're just tuning in, there are plenty of games going on around the league. We'll keep you updated as best we can. Here's Madonis. Olympic can break. Lokalingoi trying to get in behind. He's done well to spring the trap. He's around the keeper. Passfield off his line. Support coming here for Parkhouse. Nervy moments for Wollongong. And very nearly paid a price. Passfield, if you're going to come, you have to get there. And already Lokalingoi causing a few problems. He's deceptively quick for a big man. He's been a bit of a journeyman in recent months. Lokalingoi. Bright start. Olympic. Corner could have been better. Works out anyway to the far post. Right side the target. Now they'll just settle things with Will Angel. Here's Romero. Goes with the long ball. Nice build-up play. Here's Ferreira. Cries of handball. Adrian Arndt was right there. He waves those claims away. It's a fairly open game for what is round 1. We expect that to tighten up as the game goes on, through fatigue mainly, given not only the hot conditions, but shock to the system these players will experience at some point. Get all the miles in the legs in pre-season, but that first game always seems to hurt a bit more. Bright start from Olympic. Wolves still trying to find their feet in these opening 5 minutes. Nice touch from James. Beattie trying to beat McKenzie. Nice feet from the youngster, Stojchevsky. Too much for Beattie to handle. And he's given away a free kick. Tug of the shirt there. Right under the eye of referee Arndt. And he's just going to cool things between Jason Madonis and Guy Knight. A tough start for Sydney Olympic. Not only the defending premiers, but they have the defending champions next week in Apia. And then Marconi in round 3, so certainly will be tested in the opening month. Long ball, again the option. Thomas James pressuring, and Gillespie will just let it run. Reminder too, it is bushfire relief round, encouraging all our viewers and all those in attendance to donate to the Red Cross Disaster Relief Appeal. Fundraise.redcross.org.au, and also the Football for Fireys game, Football Legends match coming up on the 23rd of May. Encourage you to get your tickets. There's some pretty big names coming out for that. Didier Drogba, David Trezeguet, John Aloisi, the latest I read to sign up for that one. So all happening. And certainly here for Wollongong as Beattie's in the box. Has support coming. Just laboured a second too long. And they'll get a corner. So work to do defensively now for Olympic. Lokalingo coming back, use his height defensively. Okada to take. Goes short to James. Too much on the return ball. So those combinations not as slick as they were last season. As I said earlier, expected in the opening round as the Olympic fans start to find their voice. On their matchups in 2019, round 16 at Wynn Stadium, it was Wollongong 2, Sydney Olympic 0, and the same scoreline at Belmore in round 5 last year. Wollongong 2, Sydney Olympic 0. Lachlan Scott 3 goals in those games, so he does love coming up against Sydney Olympic. Can he repeat that today? A double last time they met from the young striker. Guy Knight gives that man Scott something to chase. He nearly gets there. Scott, one of those players looking to get another opportunity in the A-League as Thomas James goes down. Bay Antonio not happy with the way he did so. Thought he made more of it, but Adrian Arndt quick there to just put a simmer on things. We'll have a sizable target on him in 2020. Thomas James, the MVP of last season. Golden Boot as well. 24 goals in 22 games. Defence is watching a little more closely in 2020. Okada, has he got too much on that? Almost worked out. Oh, it's dropped in the area. It's the opening goal. Lachlan Scott, well, doesn't he love playing Olympic? Tucked home. Wollongong have been presented with a gift, and Buzanis, an awkward one to deal with, it was hung up there. And Wollongong Wolves, they poach a gift inside 10 minutes, and they'll lead from the front, and it's Lachlan Scott who is claiming it. That is now 4 in his last 3 games against Sydney Olympic. And he may not get one easier in 2020. Not the start Anthony Buzanis wanted in his Sydney Olympic career. Has got some rather large boots to fill in Henderson. Long way to go though. Will that spur Olympic back to life? Antonio does well. Parkhouse wants a free kick, but not forthcoming. For their positive work they've done, the home side in that first 10 minutes. It's the Wolves that strike. Here is Koleski. Romero, nice turn. Settled well into this game, giving Angel something to chase. Now Ferreira helping him out, doing defensive duties. Stoshchevsky. Oh, he's turned it over. Dangerous part of the pitch. Ferreira. Oh, needed to just thread the pass to Parkhouse, but too much on it again. Again, it's that sign of early season. Not as sharp as perhaps they want to be. Nice thing forward from Madden. Buzanis again. A little nervy in coming out. Now Whiteside goes with the long ball, intelligently finding Ferreira. Will it sit for the midfielder? He'll accept the corner. So now a chance for Sydney Olympic. Trying to make something happen from the set piece. Do have some options to go to aerially. Whiteside very good in the air. So too Zach McKenzie, Lokalingoy as well. What have they been working on in the training ground? They go near post this time. Scott's header finds its way to Whiteside. Bobbing around the area. Madonis lets it sit. Romero sizes it up. And Passfield take that one rather comfortably. Here's Djordjevic. Goal of the season last year from the defender. Whitler also had a nominee in the goal of the year, so the two defenders can get forward and do something special. Their main priority though today is the clean sheet as James tries to fight to get onto that one, but only find the way of Buzanis. Here's Antonio. Too much for Lokalingoy to do, but sit up for the big forward. He's kept it in too intelligently. Here's a chance for Ferreira. Probably had to go at it with the first touch, try to control it. Don't want to invite Lokalingoy in so easily as the Wolves did on that occasion. Here is McKenzie. Bright opening quarter to this one. If you are just tuning in, Wollongong have a 1-0 lead. Lachlan Scott putting the away side ahead. Parkhouse. McKenzie. Madonis looking to drive into the area. Was he fouled? Claiming one. Thomas James was fouled though. Already we're seeing in the wars the striker. And a card coming to Nikola Koleski. First of 2020. So a bit of a tightrope for him to walk. A little short in defensive options on the bench today, Sydney Olympic. Seb Ryle not in the matchday squad. He will be coming into the side at some point. Add a lot of experience to the back line. Koleski doing that job here today though. Here's Stoshchevsky trying to lift it in search of Beattie. Djordjevic. Patient build up from the visitors. Beattie skips past Romero. Can he get across in here? Want a corner, has he? No. Final touch was off the Wollongong number 10. Bernay Romero doing a good job defensively. Mentioned the new faces Olympic have. One positive is a lot of them have been with Palapanis at Sutherland, so they will already have an idea of how, at least what the philosophy is coaching wise, and having played with some of these players as well already. As Koleski will just see it out for a goal kick. You can almost put a line through the first 3 or 4 weeks of the competition. Clubs finding their fitness. Players settling in, coming back from injury as well. If you can rack up some points in the opening month, it makes life so much easier instead of chasing them in the final 4 weeks where, well, as we know, last 2 years been decided by either a solitary point or goal difference. That last spot in the finals, so precious. Every single point, every single goal at times as well. Long way to go. Round 22 will be here before you know it. It's Madonis. Room to move out wide for Angel. Lokalingoi, nice touch. Might sit here for Ferreira. Passfield makes the save as he kept it in. For a second it may have been a corner, but Passfield did well. Okada. Too much on that one for Thomas James. Certainly see something defensively they're looking to exploit. Very quick to look for the run of James, but team's definitely keeping a closer eye on that man in 2020. Good job of pressing there, James. Lokalingoi fouled. I mentioned he has turned into a bit of a journeyman in recent times. Charles Lokalingoi was with Sydney FC in the A-League. He went to the Brisbane Roar. Made a move into Southeast Asia as well, now back in the NPL New South Wales. He's certainly someone that has the potential to go back to the A-League, can score a mountain of goals. Struggled for game time at both Sydney and Brisbane, and that's time he'll get here at Sydney Olympic. Made a positive start already. Again, getting involved, now looking to link up with Ferreira, another man who had plenty of experience in the A-League. Can't find a teammate in the box on that occasion. McKenzie fouling. No surprise, it's Thomas James. Here is Stoshchevsky now, captain in 2020, taking the duties from Chris Price. Surprising choice, but Wolves, of course, see something in him. Lovely ball again, makes it up here for Scott. He's kept it in well, has support at the far post. Okada a chance to make it too. Still there for Okada. Again, the Wolves just invited in a little easily, tracking their runners. Again, it's Lachlan Scott. Beattie has been very bright for Wollongong. New inclusion. Nice work between Darcy Madden and Nick Littler. See the strength of the benches today. There'll be a free kick coming again, Wollongong. Guy Knight caught a little late by Will Angel. When you look at the bench for Wollongong, Taylor McDonald, Brendan Griffin, Harry Callahan, Bull Juarch, Hayden Juros. Sydney Olympic themselves, Darcy Burgess, Peter Kakeris, Nick Satalios, Tep, and Seb Ryle as well. You can add to that in coming weeks. No lack of depth. That's why both are expected to be in the finals. Knight's ball. Can't find the runner, James. Get a second bite at it here, though. Stoshchevsky. Littler's ball, searching one for Stoshchevsky. James got up well to win it, but Antonio did the job. McKenzie gets in the way of Koleski. Almost a calamity again. Good vision from Whiteside. He just couldn't quite pull it off with the outside of the foot. Is their strength, Sydney Olympic. They do transition from defence to attack very well. Aiding that last year was the electric pace of Alejandro Sanchez. They don't have that this year. a different look going forward. Here's some player to replace Alejandro Sanchez. Nice work from Whiteside again. Sanchez, of course, returning to Spain, 13 in 20 last year. A real hero amongst the Olympic fans. Fans of the competition as well. Fair highlight reel in his few years here in the NPL New South Wales. Stats leader in the O's and R's, probably the best way to describe him. May even be tuning in. See how his old team is faring in the opening game. It's Wollongong that lead it though. 23 minutes in. There's a big hello to everyone watching. Adam Santarossa here with you. Free kick coming again. Keeping the stats guy busy. Neither side, other than the goal, which was a bit of a gift for Wollongong, really having clear-cut opportunities as yet. See that ball movement starting to come together for the Wolves. James dropping deep to get on the ball. Okada. Knight goes without. Beattie can't quite keep it in. See the time on the ball Wollongong have. Madden tries to find the run of Scott in behind, but Olympic saw it coming. Mackenzie, Okolingoi doing well. Just out-muscling Djordjevic, which is easier said than done. Madonis. Whiteside now. All the way back to Koleski. That one straight into touch. Telling you the target, it was Koleski turning it over. Sign of Olympics game since the goal. They were all on top as Parkhouse. Foot was up there. Luckily for him, he won the ball. Scott racing away again. Now Ferreira trying to get in behind once more. Rebound is kind to the attacker. Looking to turn, looking for support. Oh, clipped. Nice feet from the Portuguese man. Free kick coming, and this is an opportunity. They have some exponents. Parkhouse being one. Nikola Koleski can hit them from range. Scored an absolute screamer at Marconi last year. No surprise, he's the man with ball in hand. And that goal I talk about, pretty much from the same spot on the field, similar distance, similar angle, and put it top corner. So that's why Passfield is hurriedly going with a five-man wall. What can he conjure here? Nikola Koleski for Olympic. Does he go to goal himself? He does. He strikes it on the right. Not a bad attempt. Always going over though. Now Thomas James racing down on this one. First time we've seen him really with some room to move, not a defender. within centimetres of him. Stoszczewski. Fortunate. Ball worked its way tonight. Now Price. Scott turning well into the area he goes. Goes down, in fact. Appeals to the referee, Adrian Arndt, but he says nothing in that. We'll have a goal kick. And again, the Olympic fans just try to rally their side. Been a little sluggish since conceding. Certainly on top before that. And just to update you, with games happening elsewhere, Blacktown City leading Sydney United 58 by a goal to nil. Just over the hour mark there. Sydney FC defeating Mount Druitt Town 2-1 in the earlier game. So plenty happening as Darcy Madden shows his skills. Beat his man and then wanted to beat him again for some reason. Antonio gave Romero some work to do. Lokalingoi. Ferreira. Parkhouse and Lokalingoi, the only two ahead of him. Ferreira does well. Can't find a teammate though. Story of Olympics afternoon so far. Well, spoke about Wollongong running away with the premiership last year. They finished 19 points in front of Sydney Olympic. And they scored 12 more goals. So it shows the gap between what was last year, first and sixth. Olympic hoping they have those improvements in them in 2020. And with the signings they've made, pressure on to get rolling early. But it is always going to take some time. We are seeing that today. Combinations bedding down. Have had some injuries too, interrupting their pre-season. Wollongong, on the other hand, so settled. Such a similar squad. One or two new faces. Beatty, one of those. Scott on the ball too. He's the difference between the sides at the moment. Beatty. Again finding space, racking up the touches for his new club. Madden. Okada. Don't see that too often from the Japanese man. Second year in the competition. Just another Japanese face they've brought to our shores. Real quality too, the Wollongong Wolves have had. And he's certainly not short in footballing talent, but it's Olympic doing it at the other end. Lokalingoi flags up though. And Thomas James can't quite get his angle right on that run. Angel, Madonis, too much to do. Thomas James, likewise. Pass is not sticking at the moment for either side, but Lokalingoi, important there from Djordjevic. Had to get the big boot out. Lokalingoi was in behind, if not. Does love to just sit on that last man. Acceleration. Lokalingoi does catch many a defender out. Okada gets past Angel, and Angel forced to concede a corner. Certainly hot work for the players. 30 degrees, bit of a slight breeze across the ground, but a few of them already showing signs of early season hurt. Vinay Romero Suffered a bit of a head knock, I think. It's Charles Lokalingoi, though, getting the treatment. And while we have the moment, we will let you know, of course, it is Bushfire Relief Round in Round 1 for 2020. Encouraging all viewers and fans of the NPL New South Wales to make a donation to the Red Cross Disaster Relief and Recovery Appeal to assist communities to prepare, respond and recover. The link you need, fundraise.redcross.org.au/DRR. And also the Football for Fireys Football Legends match to be played at ANZ Stadium on the 23rd of May. You can get your tickets, footballforfires.com, and there is a long list of legends lining up for that one. They do support the cause. New South Wales very heavily impacted in those summer bushfires. We're doing our best to give back. Lokalingoi hopefully okay, but doesn't look that positive as he trudges to the sideline. Short corner taken from Wollongong. Okada, can they find a second from somewhere? On the turn is Madden. Ferreira, well, that's a rugby tackle and a yellow card coming. No surprises there. And James Slivchevsky will go into the book. Led the yellow cards with 7 for the Wolves last year. He's got one early in 2020. And you can't dispute that one. One of the finer rugby league tackles we've seen at Belmore Sports Ground in recent years, that one. Here's Koleski, ball cut out. Beattie, Scott on the charge, 2-on-2 at the back, and Lachlan James outpaced Whiteside. Oh, the defender has to concede the throw, but he's always in the right place, it seems. Madden, this ball couldn't find Knight. Lokalingoi, he's clipped. He was holding that ankle as he came to the sideline earlier. That's not going to help things. And Olympic fans want a card on Nikola Djordjevic. And that's exactly what Terry Palapanis is saying on the touchline. Looked very ginger as he came to the sideline. That's not going to help him, picking up a knock like that. So 10 minutes remaining in the first half here at Belmore Sports Ground. Wollongong 1, City Olympic 0. Lachlan Scott, the difference. Soft goal to concede for Olympic, and it certainly changed the game. It was Olympic on top before conceding. They just haven't looked themselves ever since. All disjointed. Here is Littler. Okada. Scott using the body well to hold it up. A lovely back heel finds Okada. Nice build up from the Wolves again. He's in the groove today, isn't he, Lachlan Scott? $12 goals last season for him. Had some injuries interrupting things, but when he got a consistent run, he was so deadly. Very good year from him. Overshadowed in some aspects from Thomas James, which with his goal tally, easy to see why. If they can keep both of those guys fit in 2020, expect much of the same from the Wolves. McKenzie finds Ferreira. Angel overlapping to help him out. Lokalingoi, Parkhouse, Ferreira surging forward. Nice work from Ferreira. Parkhouse really the only one offering anything in the middle. Just couldn't quite pick him out though. There is Romero. Overhit again. Okada. He and Scott combining magnificently here today. Skoleski gives the ball kid something to chase. But it's good to see such a crowd in here for round one. Getting a lot of attention, the NPL New South Wales this week. And why wouldn't it? Hard to really pick your 4 or 5 teams that are really going to contend in 2020. Such an open field this year. Some surprise packets amongst them as Busanis already gave 1 goal away. Very nervous again. Here's Lokalingoi. 4, 5 white shirts around him. Fighting a lonely battle going forward at the moment as we edge towards half-time. Can Olympic find an equaliser before the break? Ferreira running at defenders on the edge of the area. Right idea. Wouldn't mind him just putting the head down and having a shot at goal. Passfield hasn't really been forced into a save as yet. Has got the ability to hit them from range. Fabio Ferreira. Luke Wilkshire not overly happy with his side at the moment. Telling Darcy Madden to get more forward, and Madden can't read the bounce of the ball on that one. I'll say the pitch here looks in great condition, given it has had some early season rugby league games played on it, junior reps games as well. Sydney ground staff had everything thrown at it really in the last month or so. So ticking into the final 5 minutes of regulation time, first half here at Belmore. Haven't seen too much out of that man, Bay Antonio. Ball in hand. Trying to find Lokalingoi. Again, it sits up for the striker, but sheer numbers win out again for Wollongong. Thomas James. Nice hold up for Okada. Nice vision on the Japanese midfielder. Still not giving up on it, Okada. Now Parkhouse. Chris Price getting forward. Scott now for the Wolves. Carter again, buzzing around as always. Beattie. Scott, touch important. And McKenzie, good communication between him and Busanis. Some players are starting to labour a little as we get to half-time. Parkhouse in a foot race with Madden. Madden wins it for now. It's been half devoid of any real clear-cut chances. Both have threatened, but that final third, the pass is not really going to plan. Here's Georgievich. Beattie making the run again. Koleski on the scene though to tidy that one up. Ferreira. A heap of support as he tries to get his head up. Angel helps out. white side. Fabio Ferreira really the main threat going forward. Haven't seen too much out of that man, Romero, or this man, Madonis. Both playing a little deeper. Parkhouse. Madonis. Ferreira. Thought he might try his luck. Fabio Ferreira, not bad. First time today he's really put his head down and gone for goal. Going wide, but a positive sign for Sydney Olympic just before half time. Passfield soaking up the seconds. Gets us back underway now. James with it. Can the Wolves find a goal before half time and really hammer home an advantage? Okada, McKenzie cries a handball, but rightfully so, just a corner. A lot of urgency shown from both sets of players. I think they'll all be happy to get the water bottle in hand at half time. Olympic will hope it's not 2-0 down. Zokada drills it in. No one on the scene. Djordjevic has it. You know what he can do from the set piece. Stoshchevsky. Beattie. Again pressing. Stoshchevsky is fought into the area. Still there for Wollongong. Beattie jinking onto the left. Numbers in the middle. Olympic fortunately get away with it. So another corner will take us to half time. For the tall timber of Nick Littler. Nikola Djordjevic as well. Thomas James making a run. That's the direction they go. Buzanis punches. Well done from Romero. He's only had Ferreira to go with. Still fighting for it. The Olympic number 10. Done a great job. Wins a free kick too. Don't imagine we'll have too much additional time. Perhaps a minute or so. Lokalingoi did get some treatment. But things to work on for both sides. Both managers not too happy with what they're seeing, but as we said, it will take time. Consistent with around one game. Some straight passing, but plenty of positives too. Can Olympic find one before the break? Fabio Ferreira has been one of their positives. Fighting for that. And there it is, half time here at Belmore Sports Ground. The first half of 2020 is out of the way. Wollongong do take a lead to the break, but it was gifted to them. Anthony Buzanis spilling it at the feet of Lachlan Scott. He buried it to make it 1-0, but time to rescue things for Olympic. And the Wolves will look to hold on in the second half. Plenty of talking to be done. We'll be back with you after a short break. Half time here at Belmore. It is Sydney Olympic 0, the Wollongong Wolves 1. you want me to say something? Hello, welcome. Hello, 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 welcome. Beautiful day here in Sydney. Half time between Wollongong and Sydney Olympic for our match of the round, Wollongong Wolves
Okay.
Welcome back to Belmore Sports Ground for the second half between Sydney Olympic.
I can't hear anything. Are you unplugged?
Second half. Basis for a pick, but it'll take its time to the win goals needed. It's like a win goal. That's only done there in the first half.
Say again. I changed nothing. I pressed record and I can't hear anything. And I was doing this. I haven't changed anything. I've tried to. No, I cannot. I can only. Yes, I could hear it when I was testing. Nothing changed except for pressing record. Can you say something? No, makes no difference. It's on.
So Olympic have a free kick now. Whiteside goes with the long ball. We find Okada. Here's Lokalingo. Goal has Olympic back to life. Lokalingo goes across the face though. Yeah, only a good goal. It's all right. So Olympic full of life. They have an equaliser through that man Madonis. Parkhouse. Fair start to 2020 as well. Apologies for the technical issues we're having. Here is Littler. So it was looking a little shaky since half time. Whatever was said from Terry Palapanis has had an effect. Backs her up at Belmore. Here's Guy Knight now. Good ball again in behind. Fabio Ferreira it is. They'll win a corner. Set piece for Sydney Olympic. Parkhouse looking to pick someone out. Lokalingoi. Whiteside there too. They go short. Romero drills it in the area. Can only find the forehead of Lachlan Scott. Angel intelligently trying to find Ferreira. Yet another corner. Parkhouse it is. Built it up before, only for him to go short this time. He's going to pick someone out in the middle. Not the greatest delivery today from Adam Parkhouse, but he'll get another chance at it. Take two from Adam Parkhouse. That's good delivery this time. Lachlan Scott again. Defensive header. Well won from Chris Price. Now Beattie racing away. Tackled illegally from Bene Romero. Across the face. Okada. End-to-end stuff all of a sudden. Thomas James needs to be sharper there. Doesn't quite impact the game. Someone who lit up the competition last year. Not quite in the groove today. Price. Okada. James turning. Angel though, clever. Lokalingoi fighting with Djordjevic, but we're coming back. Will Angel caught off the ball. Whiteside thumps it long in the direction of Lokalingoi. In behind is Ferreira, but Chris Price starting to win that battle in the second. Starting to win the fight though, Olympic. Koleski, cries of handball. Free kick forthcoming. So Koleski over it. Again, he sends the troops forward. Whiteside and Zach McKenzie. That's the direction he goes to. Floats it in the area. McKenzie's up there. May sit for Lokalingoi on the far post. Parkhouse. Big backswing, not quite the connection. Parkhouse. His pace. Keeps that one in. 2 to aim for in the middle. Lokalingoi is one of them. Good work, though, from Guy Knight to get back and snuff out the danger. Well, if it was Wollongong in the advantage at halftime, it's all Sydney Olympic here in the second so far. Yet another corner. They haven't turned a set piece into a goal just yet. Continue with the short corner. Ferreira. Delivery's good. It's come all the way here. McKenzie. Cries of handball as well. Passfield in the end comfortably has it. Thomas James. Yet again. Beaten to the ball. Don't want to be too critical. It is round one, but Will Angel and co winning the battle against him today. As I say that, he's got that special talent to turn things around very quickly. Ferreira turning things at the other end. We needed to have the composure to find Lokalingoi. Romero. Ferreira, edge of the area, cries to shoot, right idea. Not quite the execution in terms of the shot. It's ended up in a backyard. I have liked what I've seen from Olympics since half-time. Much more cohesion from the front three of Ferreira, Lokalingoi, Parkhouse, Benet Romero as well. He was the main instrument in their goal. Here's Thomas James. Can he turn things now? Lovely ball finds Beattie. Support in the middle too, important. There from Whiteside to cut it out. Lachlan Scott was waiting in the 6-yard box. Game opening up more and more. Okada. McKenzie does well. Madonis. Fast brand of football here at Belmore all of a sudden. Passfield had to be cool under the pressure of Lokalingoi. Georgievich. Price. Guy Knight. Okada. So composed on the ball. I'm really impressed by that man too, Beattie. First taste of the top tier for him, and he's fitting in rather well from what we've seen so far. It's hung up to the far post. James can't reel that one in, but Darcy Madden can. Here is James. First real look at goal for him on the right. Sizes it up. They give some looks like that at goal. Wollongong, they'll pay the price. Card coming, Lachlan Scott. A forwards challenge on Benet Romero. He's the second Wolf in the book. It looks like we're going to get a change. Buljuach to come on. And we wait and see who's withdrawn, but it looks as though it's going to be Beattie. So Marcus Beattie, pretty happy with his hour debut for Wollongong. And Buljuach is on. Promoted from the 20s to the senior squad this year. What can he do in the remaining 30 minutes? This one well and truly up for grabs. No one really putting their claim on things as yet. James. Okada wastes little time. James fighting with Whiteside, but again it's Whiteside winning the points decision to now. One or two while we have the moment. Red Fire Disaster Relief and Recovery Appeal. This is bushfire relief round in the NPL NSW. Show your support. fundraise.redcross.org.au/DAR. There is a head clash between Lokalingoy and Georgievich. Both give the thumbs up that they're okay to play on. Will be Georgievich with it here. Long ball. Madden does well to track it in. Is he done enough to win a corner? No, a goal kick in fact. Now we did see pre-game Paul Henderson get his tribute. 246 games for the club, retired in pre-season. He's now a goalkeeper coach and mentor. Club celebrating him today, and what a career he did have, not only in the NSL with Northern Spirit and Sydney Olympic, but also 246 games with Olympic across the NPL, won a title with them, numerous Goalkeeper of the Year awards, Team of the Year awards too. Anthony Brazanis hoping to fill those boots. They are big boots to fill. I'm sure he'll do so. Don't go anywhere if you're watching this one. Intriguing last 28 or so minutes of normal time here at Belmore. It's our NPL game of the round. Here's Bay Antonio. Trying to find the run of Parkhouse. He floats it to the feet of the former Manly midfielder. And Antonio not quite as influential as they were expected to be. Had a chance there to do so, but credit to Antonio. Fighting hard to get it back. It's Buljuach's first touch since coming on. Scott in behind. And Juach went for the same ball, but it's worked its way to a corner. And all eyes turn to the Olympic bench, whether they will make a move, try and inject someone like Peter Kakeris on the game. Mixitalios, another option. It's defensive work for them at the moment. Whipped into the penalty spot. Juach can't win the header. Sits up there though for Darcy Madden. Madonis hands it back. Guy Knight. Okada goes to the far post or white side. James will see it out for a throw. And I have to say, I agree with the Olympic players. Thought they had a throw there. Will Angel remonstrating with our referee, Adrian Arndt, but Arndt was a lot closer than me, so we'll go with him. Okada does well to keep it in the byline. Juwacha target. Spills its way to the far post. Darcy Madden. Griffin's ball cut out. Still there for Wollongong though. Littler can hit them from range. Tries to turn provider. And Buzanis does well not to concede a corner. Angel urged to get things rolling quickly. Romero, the architect of their equaliser. Good vision to find Lokalingoi. Parkhouse and Ferreira in the middle. Lokalingoi loves to cut in. Can't quite make it work on that occasion. And the game starts to open up. This is where fatigue will be a factor. And Okada, even with his pace, can't keep that one in. Romero cushions it well. Ferreira, 2-on-1, wins out for Wollongong. Okada. Here's Griffin. Throwing the numbers forward. There's 4 to Amat in the middle. James the target, but delivery's got to be far better. Olympic have recalled their bench, all sitting their substitutes, so it doesn't look as though they're going to make a change anytime soon, but it's Parkhouse. He's got pace to burn, has support in the middle as well, gets into the area, cuts it back. Passfield, he got lucky, he parried it. Fortunately, no one on the scene to tap it home. And that's the best of Adam Parkhouse, getting wide, getting in behind, down that byline. Doesn't look the greatest though. Coming into back play. First time we've really seen it today. James, back heel intelligently. Will it sit here? Oh, Druach nearly had it. Sizing up the shot. Lachlan Scott continues to menace the Olympic defence. Ferreira's away. All happening all of a sudden at Belmore. Trying to cut into the left here. Well done though from Chris Price. Watch the ball, and that's clearly going to be a card to Jason Madonis. Snapping the heels. There's a bit of afters too. Will Angel involved? I think there'll be some more cards shown. A few losing their heads in the hot conditions. So Madonis sees yellow. Who else goes in the book? Or hey, we see a different colour. Well, Adrian Arndt's decision. Will Angel's going to get a card. It's going to be a yellow one. Can't have too many complaints about that. All ends and smiles anyway between he and Chris Price. No card for Guy Knight. So all ends well. Still 11 v 11 as we head into the last 20 minutes of normal time here at Belmore. If you're just tuning in, it is 1-1. Jason Madonis did have Olympic in control, but let the foot off the pedal a little bit. James tries to use the chest to steer it in the path of Okada. He's Madden. Has Juach. Finds Juach. Numbers in the middle now. Got in the way, Mackenzie and Buzanis, but thankfully didn't steer it in the own net. Just a corner for now. Neither side really able to fashion too much from the set piece today. Can they change here? It's hung up to the far post. Mackenzie wins it. Griffin. Numbers here. Header from Madden. Flashes wide. There were two unmarked in the area. Sigh of relief from those in Olympic colours here at Belmore. The way this game is opening up under fatigue, I think you'll find there'll be more goals to come. Romero. Here's Koleski. Antonio. Koleski surging forward, or just went without it. Haven't seen too many probing runs from the Olympic number 6. Romero wins the throw. Guy Knight, intelligent use of the header there to Okada. Here's James. Can he provide a spark? He hasn't found his gear today, has he? Price. Madden, Scott, James, here's a chance for him to prove match winner again. Plenty of attention shown. Adrian Art got in the right, so he's going to call a drop ball here. Madonis. Griffin. Scott has Juach ahead of him. Going to pull the trigger. Lachlan Scott! Not bad from range. Tell he's got confidence, doesn't he? Already won today. 3 in 2 games. Should I say 4 in 3 games with the goal today against Sydney Olympics, so why not? Anthony Buzanis hasn't been too convincing in goal today, so why not try your luck from that kind of distance? More of it, I say. Lokalingoy. Good ball here. Will it sit for Parkhouse? He says it was pulled down. Just a goal kick. It's that little bit of luck betraying Olympic today. If that ball sits for Parkhouse, he can have a volley on goal, but just couldn't quite bring it down. So, what moves are made from both managers in the last 16 minutes of normal time? Both with substitutes up their sleeve. You could see Tep Tep come on. The 6'8" striker. Fabio Ferreira fighting hard as he has all day. He's won a free kick too. Again, it's Chris Price in the walls. Here's a moment. Already saw a bit of magic from Jason Madonis to find an equaliser. can they conjure? Parkhouse hasn't really offered too much from the set piece today, if I'm honest. But he will remain in charge. Better suited to the left peg with this angle. And Benet Romero is going to leave it to him. Oh, well done from Parkhouse. Nearly caught out past field. He expected it just to be clipped in to the penalty spot. Parkhouse had him scrambling, and better connection. Could have been very different. So it's more like the delivery we need. Scott trying to work its way to Uach. Benet Romero. Parkhouse starting to be in everything. He and Romero. Here is Romero, soldiering on down the touchline. Only has Lokalingoi in the middle. Cries of handball. Adrian Arnt's right there. He waves them away. Real claims made by the Olympic players. Crowd wanted it. Madden. Knights. These are the games that, when you reflect back in round 22, can make a massive difference in your season. Both teams that are expected to be top six. We're going to get double change. One from each side. 14s for both. Peter Kakeris to come on. And for Wollongong, Okada is going to check out. And Harry Callahan to come on. So Okada off, Harry Callahan on, and Fabio Ferreira to make way for Olympic. Been good for them today in his first appearance. And Peter Kakeris, who won the grand final sprint at half-time of the decider. So fastest man in the league, you could claim after that. Bright pink boots to match as well. Can he make an imprint on things as we edge toward full time? Here he is with his first touch. Romero unleashes Lokalingoi. Loves to run at defenders. Lokalingoi surging towards goal. Has support coming. Parkhouse is there. It missed by an inch. Well, it's the first time we've seen Lokalingoi really get in behind and run towards goal, and very nearly found Parkhouse. Was behind him, but credit to him, he nearly turned it home, and Passfield was scrambling. Now it's Wollongong. They breathe a big sigh of relief there. You sense a goal is coming from somewhere. Buljuach it is. Does well to keep it in. Cross the face to Thomas James. Deflection kind to Olympic. All of a sudden, chances at both ends. Still there for Callahan. Clearly pushed off it from Madonis. Playing advantage. Juach. He's having an influence on things. Going to try his luck too. Flags up for offside on Callahan. I'll find a comfy seat for the last 12 minutes because there's plenty happening. Who will find the winner and 3 points? I mentioned the run the Olympic have in those first 3 weeks. They play Apia next week and Marconi in round 3, so not the easiest start to 2020. I will have that game for you at Lambert Park between Apia and Olympic. Don't forget all the highlights, all the action from every game. NPL men's, NPL women's. See it on the Football New South Wales YouTube page during the week. Every game live streamed as well in 2020. Free kick goes the way of Olympic. Should I say Wollongong? Taken quickly. Buljuach again a menace, gets in behind. But Antonio does well though defensively. He has made an injection Juach, and as I praise him, touch a little too heavy. Zach McKenzie seems to be suffering from a little bit of cramp, and that gets us an opportunity to tell you about the bushfire relief round. That round one is here in 2020 in the NPL New South Wales. The Red Cross Disaster Relief and Recovery Appeal assists communities to prepare, respond and recover. If you want to make a donation, link you need is fundraise.redcross.org.au/DRR. For all info on that, nplnewsouthwales.com.au. And we need to mention too the Football for Fires Football Legends match will be at ANZ Stadium on the 23rd of May to contribute towards the restoration and improvement of local football clubs and facilities in fire-affected areas across Australia. The fund will be administered by the Football Federation Australia. For tickets and more information, footballforfires.com. And Football New South Wales CEO Stuart Hodge was down in the Far South Coast and Euro Badalla associations a few weeks ago, helping out, doing his bit to help them recover from the disastrous fires experienced over summer. So whether you want to attend that Football for Fires game or just make a donation, all the information, nplnewsouthwales.com.au. Use that hashtag as well, NPL New South Wales, to have your say on this game and everything happening in the competition. Sydney Olympic about to make a change. Darcy Burgess to come on. Looks as though McKenzie is going to check out for good. No board from the fourth official today either, so certainly doesn't help the commentary team. But anyway, soldier on. Parkhouse. Ball may fall kindly. Lockalingoi. Burgess still waiting to come on. So perhaps it's not McKenzie who will make way. Buljuach. Griffin. Played at a slower tempo as this game continues, and Thomas James. Frustrating afternoon continues. No mulligans, unfortunately. So Jason Madonis will be the man withdrawn. Lovely taken goal to make it 1-1 for Olympic. He is on a card, so I'm sure that factored in Terry Palapanis' decision. But another fine display from Madonis in a different role this year. Here is Kakeris. Bodied off it. Want a free kick Olympic. Darcy Burgess' first touch. Helped out by Benet Romero, just as it looked like Buljuach would take possession. The final 7 minutes. You sense the next goal will be a winner. Is it Olympic who will find it? They turned Belmore into a fortress a couple of seasons ago. Not so in 2019. It's Lockalingoi. Still keeps fighting. Still keeps wincing with that ankle. Not at all 100%. Kakeris, touch was heavy. Griffin put the body on the line. Works its way out to Angel. Wants a free kick, but frustration that pass is not quite sticking for both That's what I spoke about off the top. It is round one. It'll take some time. Players to find their groove, find their match fitness. Uach in behind, but the flag goes up. Caitlin Loveday, the assistant, doing a good job. Posanis restarts us again. If you're just tuning in, you've joined us at a crucial time inside the last 5 minutes of normal time. It is Wollongong 1, Sydney Olympic 1. Wollongong led 1-0 at the break, but Sydney Olympic, bit of magic from Madonis, has them level. Do they shut up shop and say, we'll take a point for round one, or do they press on for 3? They'll be helped with a free kick. Kirkeris fouled by Callahan. Here's Angel. Mokalingoi. Parkhouse there. Come the closest to finding a winner. Romero. Kirkeris. Burgess. Patient build up as I say that. Burgess' ball can't find the target. So Nick Satalios is going to be the final change for Olympic. Late cameo from him. Scott, well one in the air. And Busanis, to be fair to him, did have that blunder early. Hasn't had a heap to do in terms of crucial saves, but what he's been asked for, he's kept them to 1, but he may be kept busy here. Griffin. Juach. Will he go on his own or try to find a teammate? Caught in two minds on that occasion. There is Juach getting about. Cross comes in. Target is James, but can't pick out the striker. Kirkeris needed to be clean. Here is Thomas James. Is there some magic to round out a frustrating afternoon? He's done well to win a corner. So we'll be ticking to the 89th minute. Do the Wolves have a goal? That will break Olympic hearts in round one. Hit to the far post. Oh, Wollongong there. Crumbs falling around. It's in here. And it's Paul Duarte who scores it. It's a poacher's goal from the substitute. And he has been heavily involved since coming on. And he will be the hero, surely. Wollongong will surely take 3 points home. Delivery from James, not dealt with from Olympic. And Paul Duarte slams it home. And that should be an opening round victory for Wollongong. And for all the work he's done, he's been an injection. He now gets reward for his effort as Olympic make a change. Lokalingoi to come off, Satalios to come on. probably have a couple of minutes of stoppage time, but the youngster promoted from the 20s to the first team. He's got a match-winning goal, you feel. Never say never in the NPL New South Wales, though. Sitalios can't quite link with Romero. Passfield will soak up a few seconds. Both sides look disjointed at times, but it's that little bit of luck that sometimes is the difference. And that ball cannoned around a host of bodies before Wooljuak pounced, I should say. And it's a match winner, you feel, for the Wolves. Can they hammer it home? He's non-stop running. James finds Juach. Keeps it in. And how about the firepower? He's done well to win a corner too. Very impressive display. We only saw him in a few cameos last year off the bench, and when you've got Lachlan Scott and Thomas James at your disposal, I have to fight hard for some minutes, but he's made the most of them today. And they will go low risk. Short corner. We'll keep it here. Again, it's Juach getting involved. Can they find a third and seal this one up? Now, don't want to get too silly here in round one. Been simmering tensions at times. Don't need to see red in the first week of the season. Wollongong much of the same from them. Mero just pushing Callaghan off the ball. Still it's a push and shove, and Will Angel's on a yellow card, so he needs to be careful. Don't need to hurt your season in the opening round of it. James. Fouled from Burgess. That is just about that, you feel. It's not trademark Wollongong today by any stretch, but they'll take 3 points however they come. Griffin finds James in behind. Looked up and thought about putting a cross in. Now he's just going to hold it up. Is that a corner? Goal kick. Well, the Wolves fans that made the drive up from the south coast today, it is very nearly celebration time. Desperation for Olympic. Antonio. Parkhouse. You go back to that chance that flashed just wide from the midfielder. Seen enough out of Olympic though that when it all comes together, they are going to be a side well and truly in the fight this season. There it is, full time here at Belmore. A blockbuster to begin round one. And Wollongong Wolves train rolls on. 2019 put behind them. They've started 2020 in the right fashion. 3 points. And it's the youngster, Buljuak, promoted from the 20s to the first team in 2020. And he starts with a match-winning goal, a poacher's goal. The making of any striker. Olympic probably deserved a point for the work they put in, but just didn't fall their way. We'll go back to the drawing board and fight on next weekend against Apia. But Wollongong take 3 points home, away from home. Full time from Belmore. Wollongong 2, Sydney Olympic 1.
Testing 1 2 testing. Testing 1 2. 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 Testing 1 2.